Hi everybody, Chris Gurrie here, and I am the creator of FitCom, a fitness communication company, as well as a professional communication professor for the last several years. I thought I'd put this little video together to help not only my students, but anyone out there who might be struggling with how to put together a pitch for their class or for something they're after, or if they're new to sales, or if they're looking to do something for business school. I heard several pitches during business school, and being entrepreneurial in nature and a speech guy, all of this kind of comes together to inform this video. So first I'd like to talk about an organizational pattern for making a pitch, a new business pitch, a venture pitch, a class pitch, or even a client pitch. And that's the problem, solution, ask. So we start with the problem. In any sort of persuasive endeavor, the presentation should identify a problem. In entrepreneurship, we call these pain points. What are the first world problems that people are experiencing that my product, service, idea, or new venture could solve? And a lot of times it's not what people think. An example I run through with my class is Uber Eats, and they say, food from your local restaurant. Yeah, that's nice, but that's more too detailed. Instead, it's solving a pain point, which is I don't have time to run out and get food, or I'm feeling lazy. And so a problem is where you should start when you're making your pitch. Then your company, your idea, your new venture, the creativity that stirs inside you, this is the solution. So you say, that's where my company, Fitness Communication, comes in. We seek to help small business owners of fitness, personal training, yoga. We seek to help them with their communication strategy, and that's the problem we seek to solve. And so they hire us and we help them. And it's real easy, one line, it tells everybody what we do. Anybody who's a student or in business school or in communication is trying to make a pitch, or if you're trying to sell a contract, your company, your venture, your product should solve a problem. The problem that you previously highlighted of time or convenience. And finally, you then get to the ask part. What are you looking for? And here you want to be specific. In my classes, I ask my students to do an idea pitch because they're not all business students. So I don't ask them to have financials or a balance sheet. I don't expect them to have a business plan. Many of them are sophomores. Our class is one of their first sort of business type communication courses. So I just want them to have an idea. I want them to identify a problem, creatively think of a venture company idea to solve it, and then ask for something to make that happen. The example I always give in class is shark repellent sunscreen. How cool would that be to lather up something and then it would repel sharks when you're on your surfboard? But I'm just a marketing guy. I'm just a communication specialist. I don't know the chemistry to mix this up. So I would go to an inventors conference, or I would go to the University of Florida or a biology department and ask for a partner in helping me mix up the potion to make the shark repellent sunscreen. So it's a problem. People are afraid of sharks. The solution is this sunscreen, but I need your help in my partnership here to make it happen. And then we can go pitch it to investors. So we're starting small in my classes with a simple idea pitch. One of the pitfalls or problems that people fall into is that too many new pitchers rely on small details of the product, the service, the venture. And if these things don't solve a problem, then you need to leave them out and lighten them up. Instead, focus on the general characteristics of the idea that solve problems for the future end user, not necessarily the person in front of you from the biology department or the investor with the money. You're showing this third party that your idea will help humankind over here. So many of my students will come in and they'll say, I want to have this product, or it's an app. It'll be $9 in the app store. It will remind you every day to take a pill, or it will help you wake up your roommate or anything. But these aren't really sellable items. What's really a sellable item is that I need to get my roommate up and out of my dorm room every morning because he's a pain in my ass. That's a pain point. And so I'm going to create an application that zaps him, or that wakes him up, or that reminds me to wake him up so he gets to his test, and if he gets an A, his parents give us more money, or something like this. The pain point's actually getting my roommate out of the dorm. It's not that my application is $9, or not that it'll make money in the first quarter, or not that it's pretty, or that it'll sync with Android. And so my students get caught up in details. But in reality, you need to focus more on what the solution will be. Sure, I need to know that it's an app in order to know that it will help me. And sure, I need to know that it will be free or be charged. But real quick, you don't want to hover around like colors and style and these things, unless of course it's fashion. And in fashion, the style might solve a problem. Finally, entrepreneurial and new venture pitches are not presenting to the end user. I have so much trouble with this in my beginning and younger students. In an idea pitch or a new venture pitch, you're usually pitching to a gatekeeper, a stakeholder, someone who can give you something, whether it's time, talent, treasures. You're focusing on these gatekeepers to give you these things within reason, and you're not focusing on like, so now go to my website, or now sign up for my thing, or now join me in the fight. Because theoretically, you only have a prototype, or you're trying to make a prototype. Think about the shark repellent sunscreen. It would be weird then to end by saying, so now I need you to go to my website and buy a bottle. But in reality, I just asked you for help from the biology department at the University of Florida to make the bottle. So my students have a little bit of trouble with the through line of the pain point, the solution out of their mind, which is the shark repellent sunscreen, fitness communication, an app to wake up my roommate, and then what they're asking for. And frankly, it's easy to figure out what you're asking for because it's just a list of things that you need. And then you have a mini conclusion that sums everybody up and thanks them for their time. Client pitches in sales do pitch to the possible end user, specifically like I'm here with Gurrie and Gurrie public relations firm, and we are in it to try and win your business, so to speak. Then you're speaking directly to the principal of that company, and you want to sell them a product that you offer in PR, ad, or marketing, even accounting or cybersecurity issues. Then you are pitching, but that's sales. And not necessarily a new idea or a business pitch. So I really want to keep this separate so students learn, and people who are out there who might not be students understand that there needs to be a structure to your business pitch. And so many times in business school, I would see people just get up and say like, I want to open a taco truck on the corner of 34th and 2nd, and it's going to have the great tacos, the best tacos in all the world. My grandma Abuela's taco recipe is so good, and I want you to invest in me. And if they had just thought about, well, what's the problem that these tacos solve? Well, there isn't another taco shop in 34th and 4th or whatever. So that's a good thing. And taco trucks are mobile, so they could make more money for the investors or whomever at weddings. And that taco trucks aren't, they don't have like a high overhead. There's a low overhead to this. And so these are solving problems of a store or of a, maybe there's not a Mexican flair down in that part of town. So that's really what those people should focus on, and then say, here's how the taco truck will solve it. And then here's what I need. I need a head chef for my taco truck. I need someone to help me with the permitting in St. Pete, Florida. And I need somebody to help me run the show. So again, my purpose here with this video is to help not only my students, but anyone out there who might be struggling with a pitch you have in college or grad school or business school, a pitch that might be for business, like a business idea, or sometimes you have to do a business plan pitch. Sometimes in entrepreneurial school and in business school, you have to do like a business idea pitch. Sometimes you have to do an elevator pitch for a business class or a communication course. And even if you're pitching yourself, you should think of yourself as a problem solver to whatever that company or principal is looking for. We understand it's 2020, COVID is out there, and we know that sometimes people aren't the best on Zoom, which I'd like to offer the fact that I've been trained on Zoom as a speech communication guy in my program. We did this in our technology course. Boom! So you are solving a problem for that person who's interviewing you. You always want to be seen as a solution to a problem or seen as a problem solver in your company or idea, even if it's a direct pitch to the client. So that was the purpose of this video. I hope you found it informative and helpful. My name is Chris Gurrie. I have an entrepreneurial spirit. I run the communication and speech program at the University of Tampa down here in Florida. And if you have any questions about anything, feel free to shoot me a message and I will get back to you when I can. I hope everything is good. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.